Hello, it's been a while since the last lot of videos, been busy with some holiday things, but it's the last day of the summer now, school tomorrow, so I'm just going to get on and do some more videos. This one's not going to be about names, it's going to be a tag video, and I'm going to be answering questions about Harry Potter. I thought it was quite an appropriate lot of questions, considering how much I went on about Harry Potter in my last video about names from literature. So I'm going to get on with it. The first question is, what are your 4 favourite characters from the film? And I would say Dolores Umbridge, Beatrix Lestrange, Remus Lupin and the Weasleys. I think Umbridge is so good because she is in the films as exactly as I pictured her in the books. I think she's not a very nice character, but I think it was quite odd seeing her so close to the picture I had in my imagination in the film. Beatrix Lestrange is because she's just like wonderfully evil, and I love everything that Helena Bonham Carter does. Remus Lupin, I just think it's a really cool character. I liked him in the books and I liked him in the films as well. And then the Weasleys, I love all of them because, again, same with Umbridge, they were really close to how I saw them in the books. All of them apart from Ginny, who I'm not saying the actress is bad, I just don't really like how she's portrayed. She seems a bit too like plain Jane for me in the films. But I really like the Weasleys' house and how they like interact with each other, so I really like all their characters. Then what are your 4 favourite characters from the books? And of course Harry Potter, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, just because they're the main people and they're just so, I just love them. And then the 4th one is Luna Lovegood, she just reads really well, and I could always picture her, and I love just the little things that she comes out with, and I could always picture her really well in my head. 3rd question, what is your favourite character name, which is quite, suitable for my expertise, if you would say. And I really love alliteration in names. I don't think I would use it if I was naming a child. I probably would stay away from having a name and a last name that begin with the same first letter. But I really like they always read really well, and you can get characters off them quite well, I find. So Phileas Flitwick, Severus Snape, I didn't know that Quirrell's first name began with a Q, but it's Quirinus, Quirrell, which I think is so cool. And then Poppy Pomfrey and Luna Lovegood. And I think you always get really good character names with alliteration. What is your favourite spell? And I would say a Patronus, because I really like the thought that good, it's like a really good example of good conquers evil kind of thing, because just a happy thought like produces such a good spell that gets rid of all the Dementors and stuff, which I think is a good idea. What is your favourite quote? And it takes a lot of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to our friends. 10 points are awarded to Neville Longbottom. I just think it's really true, and ever since I saw the first film and read the first book and that quote was in, it stuck in my mind, and as soon as I saw the question, that's the first thing that came to my mind. What would your Patronus be? I think probably squirrel, because everyone always says that I remind them of a squirrel. I don't really know why, but that was the first animal that came to my head. What house would you be in? I don't know what house I would be in, but I know which one I would want to be in. It would be Gryffindor or Ravenclaw, which I think a lot of people actually say, because Gryffindor, you're really brave, and then Ravenclaw, you're really clever. So I think they're quite good ones, quite good characteristics to have. And then, what is your favourite film and book? This is going to be a long answer. I've written down lots of notes here. I love them all, so I'm just going to talk about each one and why I like them. Ish. I love the first one just because it's the first one. It introduces you to the whole world of it, and it's really good. Film wise, I have it on like constant play in my room. Like the video is always on play when I'm like getting ready in the morning and everything. So I think I can literally quote the whole film now because I'm listening to it all the time. So and I always I know when to turn it down at the loud points and turn it up at the quiet points and everything. And as for the book, I'm quite proud to say I've read it 9 3/4 times, like the platform, 9 3/4. Which I don't admit to everybody, but I was still quite chuffed with it when I came up with the idea. I never really connected with the second book as much as I did with the others. I think it's because, just because I was so scared of it when I was little. I think the talking in the walls, when you can hear the basilisk in the wall talking, that really freaked me out. And I know it's kind of treachery to say this, but I was really scared of Dobby when I was little as well, and it was only until like the 7th book that I really started to like him, because other than that he just creeped me out. And then the third book, I really like Lupin in it, and I really like the battle that Harry has with Sirius against the Dementors, and I like quite a lot of the characters introduced in that one as well. The fourth one is probably one of my favourites, book and film. I really like seeing the Beauxbaton and the Durmstrang students in the film. It wasn't how I imagined their entrance when I was reading the books, and I quite liked how they changed them. I can't really remember, but I remember after seeing the film I thought they've changed quite a lot in that one, but I didn't really mind because it still worked. And I also really liked it, the storyline's kind of starting to get darker in this one, because obviously when Cedric Diggory dies at the end, that was just, I was gutted. So it's quite interesting to see that like there's such a huge change between the third one and the fourth one. The fifth one was a little bit too dark for me, to be honest. I think when I read it I wasn't expecting it to be as dark as it was, and especially like with the film, it wasn't a cheerful film and I expected it to be, so I wasn't very pleased with that one when I first saw it. But I did rewatch it at the end of term, and it was a lot better than I'd remembered. I always kind of thought, oh, I'm not too keen to watch it again, but when I did actually sit down and watch it, I really liked it. And I like Umbridge's character in it, like I said before. But I always get really frustrated that Dumbledore doesn't listen to Harry and that no one believes him that Voldemort's back and stuff. So I just end up getting quite frustrated with that one. Half-Blood Prince is really exciting and complicated, and I love it. I think the idea of the Horcruxes is just amazing. As dark as they are, I think it's like a stroke of genius on J.K. Rowling's behalf. Whatever. The seventh one is of course fantastic. I love the book so much, like so much. I waited in line outside Borders to get it for hours and hours and hours, and we didn't even get the book at the end. We like stayed for like the party bit, and then I couldn't even be bothered to get the book in the end, so we went to Morrison's at like 6 o'clock in the morning the next day instead. But I remembered like all the hype, and then it didn't disappoint. But I've read it 3 times now, and I think it gets better every time you read it, because I just missed so much the first few times round because I like rushed through it. And then the 8th film is probably, the 4th and the 8th film are probably my favourite ones. I thought it was a perfect ending to a perfect series, although I don't think I was ever going to be really like 100% satisfied. I just thought it was really, really good, and what I expected in some parts but not in the others, and I'm rambling now. Okay, so that was the end of this tag video, and sorry it wasn't about names, but I thought it was appropriate since I talked about it so much last time. Alright then, bye!